What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today when I talk to you about NIO, give you a quick overview of some of the current data points, what came out associated to NIO, and everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So NIO did go down 1.1%, which given all the circumstances of what did happen today, I think that's fairly good. A lot of volatility though, so $6.13 the low. That'll make more sense once I go over the technicals, and then $6.35 the high. 47.4 million shares being traded, 87.7 is the average, so kind of low dollar value getting in. So these are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000, and regrettably both were a sell. So 125,000 and then 119,000, both occurred pretty much beginning and then tail end of the day. So nothing really crazy to write home about. So once again, the majority of the volume that did happen today was algorithmic trading and then shorts. So algos were kind of pushing NIO and just the broader market down because of, in the States, you had really negative data. So CPI, initial jobless claims, so that kind of took a toll a little bit, plus a lot of escalation coming from the Middle East. So as a byproduct of that, oil is up, I think like 4.5 or whatever percent right now. So not the best. At the same time, shorts are taking advantage of the algos kind of pulling it down, and they're returning. So again, by shorts returning, that does mean that they are adding buying pressure. 1.25 million shares overall are being shorted. 12.6% of the free float is being shorted. And so there's a quick summary of that. Again, I did get a comment yesterday. I just wanted to kind of address that. So someone asked, can I address who exactly is shorting NIO? And simple answer, we don't know. Based on this, so pulling up a Fintel, so this is Lucid, so let's go to NIO. So through 13Fs, this is how you do see disclosures in a stock. But because of just how the market is, if someone is shorting a stock, they do not have to disclose it on the 13Fs. They only have to disclose long positions. Anyone disclosing short does mean it is completely voluntary. So right now you have a couple entities voluntarily showing that they're shorting NIO, but you guys get my idea. So long story short, we don't know. With the new SEC transparency rule that should be kicked in probably 2025, then this is going to force everyone who files 13Fs to disclose long and short positions. So again, 2025 will have a little bit more context, but until then we don't. Looking over to NIO though, specific, no actual official news. So last news came out October the 1st, but there are several things that did come out that I wanted to share with you. One of which is a Firefly. So this came out today, and yeah, it looks like December the 21st. So during NIO Day is going to be the Firefly unveil or the launch. There was this floating around quite a lot. Doesn't look like much right now, but yeah, honestly, the Firefly would be pretty kick-ass, right? So this is once again another layer of NIO that just adds so much additional value that kind of hard to ignore, at least coming from a value investor or someone who believes in EVs, of course. But there's one other additional thing that did come out that is very well suiting for, I guess, the Firefly, and that is demand. So this came out October the 9th, so yesterday, latest in EV demand. So it did show China sales are up 38% to 54% share. So huge demand in China. We already do know that. Europe is down 30%. So honestly, with European demand down, who really cares about a tariff or anything? And on a side note, I'm surprised that NIO did actually hold up fairly well, because Trump did come out and say that if he is elected, he's not going to let any Chinese automobile or EV on like their roads. So kind of a very bold statement, mind you. But States, it's also up 17% for their demand or sales, I guess. So yeah, once again, I think that is a very good amount of demand coming from China, so very well suiting for the Firefly. So aside from that, moving over to options, 4.44 million in calls, 2.99 million in puts. So kind of low in comparison to the norm, so very suiting to just the lower common stock. Of the call options that are being purchased, looks like there's a consensus for it to be roughly around 650-ish, around 7 possibly. And then looking at puts, you see a consensus for it to be around that $6 range. On a side note though, if you guys are interested in kind of bettering yourselves as investors, or if you're very curious about options, earlier today I did put out a video. It's a webinar through 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧, but it's all on just volatility and options. And I don't think I need to tell you guys that NIO is relatively a tad volatile, pretty much almost every single day. So for an option trader, that is a dream come true. So highly recommend, if you guys have time, to listen to that video. It's roughly an hour, but it would definitely, it's good for options traders. But aside from that, with it closing at $6.22, it is trading between this pivot and this R1. So the broader market, you can tell, has been really wanting to push NIO down, but this $6.12 pivot, very strong support. That's been kind of the saving grace for NIO over the last little bit. So continue to watch for that. And then aside from that, it is still higher percentile. Stochastic has really reset quite a lot. So it is at roughly 49. So arguably considered just neutral, not overbought, not oversold. So kind of a good thing. A number of retail investors were buying into NIO. So they are finally feeling a little bit more comfortable ever since they've been selling off, ever since it looks like the second. So yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts. This is a very quick summary of everything that you need to know associated to NIO, what really affected it, and everything. So what's your guys' thought, for instance, on the Firefly? What's your thoughts on shorts returning on clearly a very bloody day for the most part, because a lot of the broader indexes, I'm sure you guys can see, is all very much red. Oil kind of pulled back slightly, but still up 3.2% all in all. So what's your guys' thought? Do you think that this is going to be the start of a broader pullback with shorts getting back down to maybe the 11% range? Or do you think that this is just temporary, then them covering and everything else? One thing that I just wanted to show you as well is through 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 does indicate that there is more than 10 million shares available. So if shorts really did feel that NIO was overvalued, there's more than enough ammunition for them to easily double down. So yeah, once again, let me know you guys' thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you do like my NIO content and want to support the channel, highly recommend you guys taking a look at a lot of my memberships. I do have different tiers as well. So if you're looking for buy alerts or just want to support, then again, I really appreciate you guys taking a look at that. And then one final thing, if you guys want some free stocks, take advantage of this promo. It does give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So this in among itself is a very kick-ass deal as well. So let me know you guys' thoughts. And with that, appreciate all of you guys watching.